And good afternoon, Tyler Rowland here. I'm with Coach Antonio Anderson. I want to say first off, thank you for being on the program. I know that you've had quite a successful basketball career at the collegiate level at Memphis and a lot of accomplishments there, but you've also translated that into coaching both at high school and at the postgraduate level. And just with your work with some of the prospects you've worked with, what advice do you usually give and in terms of building a program that is successful?
My expectation is to every year just get better and better and better. Bring in kids who want to work hard, man, and get to the next level, and want to be coached and push them to the brink and get them to understand is when you get there, you're not done, And so just trying to share those life experiences that I have with them and try to hopefully they buy in. And I think when you get a group of guys that buy in, that's when the program starts to skyrocket.
Mm-hmm. And you played under John Calipari, and of course, being from Kentucky, I've often got to see him. But what is something maybe you feel like you've learned from Coach Calipari that you've applied to your coaching career?
Just being tough. I was always mentally tough. Playing for him, you got to be mentally tough. But just being tough. He loves tough guys, and he always helped us. I think mentally prepare us for life after basketball. And, Coach and I just try to share those things with them and let my guys know it's not going to be easy. But if you're willing to work and you're willing to push through and willing to be able to persevere through things, you'll be okay. And I think that's the one thing I try to bring to these guys as much as I can every day, whether it's practice, in the dorms, having conversations through our group checks, and just sending them certain things that they should be watching, understand what it takes. And some may apply, some may don't, some may not, but at the end of the day, got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what would be something, because the era that you're in right now, you're starting just getting involved deeper in your coaching career. You've had COVID to deal with, the changes with like at college, the transfer portal, how it's impacted it, NIL deals. Has that had any impact on how you've coached at the high school level?
No, not at all. Not at all, man. So the coach at my public school where I went to high school, and we were very successful. 17 guys went to college. A couple guys went Division I, guys went Division II. So, we were able to kind of be successful and dominate and win state championship after state championship and before I got into the prep school world. And I think, a lot of it is more just getting guys to understand and buy in. I think if you get guys to buy in and, they're not Steph Curry, they're not LeBron James, they're not these people. And I think once they get to understand that and just focus on themselves and work on what they need to work on, they get better. And I think this generation is kind of lost in that cycle of mixtapes and things of that nature instead of just putting your head down and working. And I think once you get back to that, that's why a lot of the other programs are very, very well groomed and very good. Hargraves and IMGs and all these other programs, the guys, they built it. And, that's my goal.
Mm-hmm. And talk a little bit about your time at Memphis, because, I got to see you guys play in person once, one of the Elite Eight teams you were on. Talk about maybe a memory that stands out to you there. You have multiple deep NCAA tournament runs and got to accomplish some pretty cool things there.
Oh, definitely, man. It just speaks volumes to what Coach did for us and, what we believed in. We believed in him. We believed in what he was telling us. We believed in each other. And that's what led us to Elite Eights and Final Fours and national championship game runs. Man, it was a great time. I think for me, my best has to be beating Texas in Texas. To go to the Final Four that year was special, man. Especially to do it and beat them in their home state by the margin that we were and dominate the game like we did. It was special.
Yes, and lastly, Coach, just to fire off some quick questions. When you're not working with basketball or coaching, I know that keeps you pretty busy. What would be a cool fact about yourself or maybe something you like to do in your spare time?
I'm a homebody, man, so I'm always home. I love watching Property Brothers. I love watching Law & Order SVU, man. Those are my two shows in which I lock into and watch quite often.
Nice. All right. Well, Coach Anderson, we thank you for your time. And we thank you for watching this episode of Rollin' Sports, where you meet the athletes.